All right, welcome back to some live product sourcing for Amazon FBA. And to give you guys some context, if this is your first sourcing video, I've shot 6 of these now. We're using this sheet here to essentially list all of our potential products that we find. And all of these products that I find are for you guys. All right, I've said it many times. You guys go and buy these products. And one thing that I noticed from the prior videos is I didn't have this product ASIN, so new viewers wouldn't be able to look up the product. But if you want to go and look up these specific products, these are really good quality keep a chart leads. If you want to go find a supplier for these, just copy this, just stop the video, copy it, and then put it into the top of Amazon's bar, and this product will pop up. Okay, so we're going to use this sheet to log all of our leads in there when we find them. And today we're going to be using the reverse sourcing method. It's the easiest method when it comes to product sourcing, especially when you're getting started with Amazon. Okay, so what I have here is 2 potential listings that my team found that are not profitable, but they're good quality keep a charts, good listings with a lot of sellers. So we're going to use these listings here to reverse source and try to find some quality products. Okay, so to give you guys a broad overview of context, what we're going to be using here is this software called SellerAmp, this one right here on the right, and then this one right down here called Keepa. And they're both Chrome extensions on each Amazon listing whenever I pull one up. And these are just going to allow us to calculate how much money we would make. Also, we're going to use this software to look at what other sellers are selling. That's what it's good for. And then this one's going to tell us all the data we need to know whether we want to buy the product or not, okay? Because it has the data literally for the past 4,000 days on this product. And I'll break it down step by step when we come on a listing of what each section of data means, but it's very, very simple. So don't worry, sit back, relax, take notes, and let's dive into it, okay? So what I'm going to be doing first with SellerAmp is here on the right. I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom, and I'm going to look at the other sellers. So you're going to see all these little other sellers, FBA, FBA, FBM, all these names are popping up here. What I'm going to do is click on these specific sellers, see what products they're selling, and see if we can also sell those products, okay? That's really how it goes, name of the game. That's why it's called Storefront Stalking. So I'm going to open up a few storefronts here. Let's open up his. Open up Sweet Caroline 01. And guys, this is all just third-party sellers, right? Sweet Caroline 21, Sporting Co. products. They're just regular people. Maybe they have good warehouse or prep center, whatever they might be doing, selling products, probably doing very, very well for themselves considering they have 165 reviews, okay? So again, what I'm going to be doing here on SellerAmp when I'm looking at these seller storefronts is, I know the seller is Jepsy Goods LLC. He has 165 ratings or 165 products he's carrying, 225 ratings from Amazon customers and whatnot. And I'm literally just going to scroll down his website. This is essentially his personalized storefront website. I'm going to go down it step by step to see what products sell well and which ones align with me. Now, I don't sell clothing or beauty or anything like that because those could be kind of high returns on Amazon. I like to sell like the niche stuff. So when I find some stuff, I'm going to point it out. And this is the product here on the right or on the left, and on the right is basically the snapshot of the view of the details of the actual listing on the product. And I'll point it out, so don't worry, don't feel underprepared. You're just prepared just fine, trust me. All right, let's see. I'm also not going to look for grocery items too much, just because sometimes it causes more trouble than better. Okay, so here we go. $24 selling product, 600 units a month. That's really good volume. 20 sellers, that's the perfect number. Okay, we've got some smaller sellers on the listing. That's a good sign. Dr. Marty's freeze-dried dog food. Okay, we're going to open that up. So what I do is when I find a potential product, I open it up on Amazon. And then once I find 3, then I go and search all 3. And what I'm doing here is just checks and balances. And I call it the same thing every time, is I'm making sure that the listing and the product looks good right here. And then it looks good when we actually look at it on Amazon. And then we have to find a supplier. And once we do all of that, we're very, very confident in making a lot of money or profit with the potential products, okay? And here on the right too, I don't look at it too much every time, but the Keepa, that software that I talked about right here in the chart at the bottom, it's also integrated as like partners with this software so that you can see like all in one and save a lot of time. It helps a lot, okay? So we'll open up that product there. Let's keep it going. And we'll also dive into supplier sourcing too so you get a really good idea on how to actually find suppliers. Okay, this one here, this one looks decent, but it's a big seller here. So this one looks good because 36 sellers is kind of a lot. This word offers just means sellers. It's kind of a lot, but it's not terrible. It sells a lot of times a month. Problem is there's a big seller here. Premier Shipping Fast. He has 16,000 reviews, and that's pretty tough to compete with. What do we got here? Pet, Feline, 3-pack. Never heard of this. 200 times a month. That's good. 69 offers. Wow, that's crazy. Look at the product pricing too dropping. This is unbelievable. The product price in August was $60. If you can see that there, like right next to $60. And now October 16th, it is down to 20 something. That is called a terrible lead. That's how you not make money with Amazon, by buying those. And the difference between a good lead and a bad lead is so small, so it can kind of trick you up sometimes. But that one is obviously not good. All right, so let's see what else we got here from the seller here. He had that one listing that was good. His Dunkin' Donuts, muffin, K-cups, coffee. I believe that's what it is, which is decent. But I don't know if I want to work with Dunkin' Donut products. Shampoo for dogs. Okay, this is pretty niche. It only sells 50 times a month, and it's $24. So like that makes it very tough to make it a viable product, because if it sold like 500 times a month, then it's okay. But 50 times a month, not great. So here's a good example of that. This product here sells 50 times a month, but it's $74. So if I only sell 20 or 30, it's still $600-700 profit a month after all the fees, which could be a good sign. Let's look at the competition. Okay, small competition, not bad. All right, I'm gonna open this one up too. All right, we got this one open. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is explain it top to bottom what you're looking at. So it's very, very simple. Don't worry, all right? So this first chart is essentially showing the price of the product. This middle chart is showing how many sales it gets per month. And this last one just talks about the competition. How many sellers are on the listing at what time of the day or time of the month, okay? So it goes up when more sellers come on, it goes down when more sellers leave, all right? It's very kind of simple to look at. And I could toggle around with how long I want to look at the chart for. I like to pay attention for the past 9 months, maybe even 6, because if you go 2 years back, what does it really matter, right? Pricing was different, inflation, other sellers, pretty chaotic. But 6 to 9 months is a good range. And you can see here, the pricing is very consistent. It stays around 78, 99, goes up to 82. Now it's down to what, 74. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. And the volume is consistent at 50 sales per month. I'd want it higher, but it's not bad there. It's a higher priced product, so maybe that's why. And then the seller count stays around 12, 13, 11. It just stays really, really balanced. So that's a really good sign. Let me go here into the SellerAmp a little bit. What I'm doing is running my cursor over these other sellers to see if there's any big sellers. Because if there's a seller with like 100,000 reviews, we're not going to win sales. That's just how Amazon favors those bigger sellers. Now I'm going to open up the next tab, which is called Data. And this Data tab is going to allow me to do a much deeper dive into how specific sellers are actually performing on this listing. Because that's what I want to see. I want to see sellers who are selling out their inventory, because there's no money in Amazon while you hold on to it, right? So this stock history chart right here, we're only looking at this middle chart. This shows me how many units or how many products each seller is selling out on this particular listing, all right? And they're all selling this, it looks like dog joint support products, okay? So here we go, Veloce Pets. This seller here has 270 reviews. And in September 23rd, he had 71 units in stock. October 19th, he had 45. So he sold 26 units of stock. Okay, not the best. It's about a month though. It's what I figured, right? 20, 30 in a month. How about right here? September 14th at 83. September 21st at 58. So he sold well there, right? In about a week and a half, he sold. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's see here. Let's see buy box statistics. I like to look at buy box statistics because it shows me which seller is winning this buy button. Like who's doing it the most frequently, right? And you want to see smaller sellers doing that because that tells me opportunity. If bigger sellers are always winning the buy box, then we just want to move on. And this buy box button, this is what you want to fight for on Amazon as a seller, right? You're looking to try to win sales by claiming this spot here. Because think about it. As an Amazon customer, me or you, I'm not going to go to the see all or other sellers options, right? And look through all these other sellers because that's all the sellers who are on the listing. But I'm not going to go through here and say, oh, you know, let me see if I can find a better price, or let me see if I can find some seller with a better name, right? Most of these customers don't even know that other sellers exist, right? So you're fighting for that buy box button because that seller wins like 90%, maybe even 99% of the sales. And you can tell this seller here, Veloce Pets, he does 41% of the sales in this listing, which is pretty good. So that's about 25 to 30 a month. And, you know, this seller here is in second place here, I guess, with 13%. He has 652 reviews. This seller here is 8%. And what I'm looking at here is just where it says 1, this percentage here, shows me how frequent these sellers are winning the buy box, okay? Pretty simple. It's pretty simple to break down there. All right. getting an advertisement here. Okay, so now this checks out pretty good. Outside of the volume being kind of low, not too happy about that. It checks out well. Now, if I kind of go back to the 1 year chart, remember we were in the 3-month chart here. If I go to 1 year, it shows me that the volume was much higher. It had 100 sales per month, and then it had 200 sales per month. And where I'm seeing that is literally just right here when I run my cursor from right to left, it moves from 200 to 100. It's this yellow line going up and down here, and which looks really good, okay? The fact that it's selling at 200 sales per month is a good sign, right? But it went down to 50 here in the past 6 months, which we have to kind of question ourselves why it's going down to 50 and whatnot, but it's still a good number. Still a good opportunity because it's high profit. And think about this. If we can buy this product for $41, and if we can sell for, 25 units a month and sell it for 74, we're making $314 profit a month. It's not bad, right? If we can add 5 to 6 to 7 products like this in the catalog with a good supplier, easy buying process, we're doing pretty well with a few $1,000s a month in profit after all of the fees and expenses, okay? Now, to go find a supplier, the process is actually quite simple. You're literally just looking up the supplier here into Google, all right? You're just copying the name. You could change some of the wording on the name because sometimes Amazon has like a little excess stuff. And you're seeing, okay, which supplier can actually meet what we want to see for. Remember, what we wanted to see is what, $41 a month? So that's what we're fighting for. Discounts, coupons, bulk orders, whatever it may be, we're fighting for that $41 a month, okay? So let's see what we got here. Remember, we have to match the same product too, or else customers are going to be unhappy. We have 120 count. This is the brand, soft chews, canine joint support. So those are some of the buzzwords I'm looking for. All right, here we go. We got Hardy Paw. We have 120 chews. That's pretty good. We have this one, California Pet Pharmacy, 120 chews. It looks pretty good. So this one says canine joint supplement. This one says canine joint support. I'm not sure if they're different or if it's, I don't know. I mean, I guess we have to ask the supplier, right? So I'm going to open up this supplier here, and I'm going to open up this supplier here, Hardy Paw, because they both look promising, right? I know they're at 48 and 45. We're looking for 41, but there's always discounts. I mean, look at here already. You could save 10% with this supplier by ordering this product every week at $43.97, okay? Now we're getting closer to where we want to be on our profits, because even if we're there, I know it's 22% ROI. I'm typing in this number here. It kind of changes on the fly with the software. But it's still $10 profit. That's really good, right? Like if we can make $10 profit and sell 50 a month, it's $500 a month. You're booking one-way flights with that, right? With the $500 a month. But you always want to take it the next step and try to contact the supplier to see if we can get a bulk discount or if they can just supply this product in bulk. But when you get the auto ship and save, it's actually the best case scenario because we want more units, right? We want as many units as we can, according to how well we will sell on this listing. We don't want 1 or 2 or 3 units because that's only like what, 20, 30 bucks a month in profit. If we sold 3 units a month, it's 28 bucks a month in profit, which is okay. I mean, it's very, very low. If you had maybe 100 products, maybe it's okay, but that's kind of chaotic, right? We want to do more with each product. So we're going to try to get as many as possible. And having this auto ship and save is pretty good because we can just literally just get this product reordered every week to our prep center, whether it's 5 units, 6 units, 7 units, and then we just get this discount every time. But I want to take it the next step further, and I'm actually going to contact the supplier to see if they can provide a discount because I never heard of Hardy Paw. I don't know if you guys have, but I've never heard of them. But what I'm going to do first of all, so I don't forget, is I'm going to log this listing in our sheet because it looks really good. And I know we have at least one supplier we can kind of work with here. We have at least one. Let's see if we can find this second one here. All right, here comes this supplier. We have, what is this? All right, so they're advertising a different price than what we saw. I mean, they have save 12% discount, which is pretty good. I don't know why. Maybe it's just across the discount, saving 12%, which is good because if we save 12% on a $51.31 product, let's say 51.31 times 0.88 because that's 12%. All right, so it's $45.15. But if we can get a 20% discount, which I think we can, if we buy in bulk and with no negotiation, which I'm confident we can get it down to $41.04. Okay, so look at that. So we might have an opportunity right here, guys. 41.04. Boom. That would be profit. That would be 30% ROI and $12 profit if we can get this down to 41.04, which is a 20% discount. And I think you can, because if you buy in bulk, you can definitely get another 8% discount. And if you can't, worst case scenario, you're buying it at 45. But you also have this supplier where you can buy it at $43.97. Now with sales tax, I'm sure they'll have free shipping, But if you're shipping it to a sales tax free state like Montana or New Hampshire, then you don't have to pay sales tax, and that's the final cost. And you know, all of our fees already baked in here on SellerAmp, the software. We have like inbound shipping fees, any like prep fees. It's already baked in here. So we're kind of good to go, right? We're good to go. So guys, this is literally, we're off to a hot start on a good product, because this is one, if you have a seller account open, go and attack this, right? Like go and take advantage of this opportunity. I didn't expect to find one this soon, kind of about 15 minutes into sourcing, but this is literally the process when it comes down to reverse sourcing. And the good thing is now we can also use this product to go back to and source at a later time, right? So like now that we have this listing with 12 other sellers, we know that these sellers know how to find profitable products. So we're also going to focus on these profitable sellers by just looking at their storefronts, just like we did with this guy's storefronts. And look, we've gone through half of this one guy's storefront and just found a profitable product that maybe will make what? Let's say if we can sell 20 units a month, I won't say 30, we'll say 20, $250 a month in profit, $1,500 a month in sales. Not bad, right? I know you got to get ungated and whatnot, right? Go through the process of ungating and see if you can get ungated. But we're in a good spot. All you have to do is get ungated, which can be auto ungated if you have a selling history, which I probably am, or you can just submit the invoice from the supplier and get ungated through Amazon. Okay, so there we go. There's a good start. Now let's keep it moving. I'm gonna get out of this seller's storefront just to keep it fresh and go to the next seller, and let's see what we can find there. I'm gonna exit out of these two suppliers as well. Okay, let's see this next seller. Let's go here. All right, so he's got coffee here, 400 times a month, $52, 15 sellers. We have like a mid-size. Okay, we have two big sellers here. I'm going to avoid it. If it was just that mid-size seller here with 4,000 reviews, I would have kept going. But not with that second big one. All right, let's look at this Tully's Hawaiian coffee. Okay, this one looks like a good opportunity. I bet you this is on Staples for sure. Oh, I didn't even check this second listing here. We should probably work on this before we keep on going before we find another 3 or 4 leads. All right, so let me dive into this one, because this one looked pretty good. All right, so seller count's kind of rising here at the bottom. You can see like this chart is rising, which is not a good sign, but the pricing's still pretty consistent. So I'm not too worried about it. And look, the seller count actually went up at a earlier time, and came back down. So it's not bad. Let's see here. This is not bad. Okay, pricing's consistent. Everything looks consistent. I'll move myself back over here. Let's see some of these sellers. 500 reviews, 200 reviews, 42 reviews, 71 reviews, 103 reviews. Perfect. That means we attack this, right? That means we have a great opportunity. And if I had to guess, this is going to either be on Petco or PetSmart. Just from experience, let's see if I'm right or wrong here. Let's see here. So you can see I'm scrolling down to find some potential suppliers. We have this one. Let's see if we can match the products here. We have adult, small, breed, freeze, dried food, 6 ounces. So we're looking for 6 ounces. And is there like a flavor? Small breed. Okay, so this one here. Okay, we have more expensive ones here. This potential one right here. What's this supplier right here? We got Animal House, Dr. Marty's. All right, this looks like the same one. It seems like it's out of stock. I wonder if they ship. Yeah, it looks like they're only available for local pickup, which is not bad. I mean, because if you get this for $13.99, it's 10% ROI, which isn't great. But I mean, I'm sure you can get discounts and whatnot when you ask the supplier. But it looks like it's pickup anyways, which won't do us any good. So let's keep going. Maybe all those sellers are picking up the product. Who knows? Maybe they're working double time to pick up the product and whatnot. All right, so free local delivery, free same-day delivery. All right, so I can't tell if these, like, is this supplier shipping or they just pick up? I don't know. This might be, it looks like pickup, but it's good because it's $12.82 on auto delivery. And I don't know the supplier to see if we can buy in bulk and whatnot, but that's a pretty good, I mean, that's 20% ROI. We're getting closer and closer to 30% ROI. I'm still going to save this listing. I mean, we could do a lot of digging here, but I'm going to save this listing. We won't count it as a lead that we found, but I'm going to save it just because it looks like there's opportunities because a few of them popped up already. And again, this is another listing that has 20 or 30 sellers where we can just source from there. It never stops, right? Like if we want to be here all day, we could be here all day and night, just doing the same exact process, okay? Now let's go to this coffee lead. I got to bet my bottom dollar this is going to be on Staples. Just I've seen this too many times for it to not be on Staples. And it looks like a lot of the sellers here are FBA or FBM, I'm sorry. Oh, there's a few FBM sellers. This guy's quite bigger. He's 13,000 reviews, but he is kind of priced out of the market. So there's some opportunities there. Let's go see if we can find some discounts here, because Staples runs frequent discounts on products. I figured it was on Staples. I can see it here already on these. So maybe there's an opportunity. So we're looking at Hawaiian blend. That's the flavor. Okay, Hawaiian blend. There it is on Staples. So it's on discount. I had a feeling. It's about 48% off, which is $39.99. And if you have a business account on Staples, you can get tax exempt, which is the best sign. Okay, you don't have to pay taxes there. And shipping is typically free because I think they do like delivery. Yeah, and you can usually buy a lot of units. Maybe only 10 here. You can buy over 30 units if you wanted. Okay, which is a good sign. But I think they limit the discount to only buying 10 units. So we can buy this for $39.99. I don't know if Staples does like an extra discount or anything like that because it's already 48% off. I probably highly doubt it. But what's the FBA seller here? So the smallest FBA seller is selling at 59 here. And it looks like here that my team must already came across this product on my SellerAmp because they have it listed here. They have a price already in here, but we're gonna say 59. All right, so yeah. So it looks like too heavy of a product to make profit on because we're selling for 59, buying for 39.99, and it's not even 1% ROI. Not even 1%, right? Like dang, couldn't even give us 1% ROI to make it look better. That's okay. Maybe, I mean, let's look at what this other seller is selling at. These guys are selling at 62.78. If we got it for 62.78, it's still only 9% ROI. It's not worth it. So you can go through the process of looking through other suppliers and whatnot, which I'm sure there's tons of other suppliers that will try to make this work at a good price. But Staples is usually the best. So let me just move on from that one. We'll move on and continue our sourcing process, okay? Bounce myself over there. Bath and Body Works. I've seen this product before. I think we've seen it through sourcing Top Fin, like a filters product for pets. I think fish or something. Let's keep it going here. See what we can find here. Rachel Ray. I've dealt with that brand before. All right, we got cat litter, ultra cat litter. Okay, interesting. 3-pack of 20 ounces, which is like 4.5 pounds. It's okay. Those are good opportunities. 24 sellers, 400 sales per month, and buy box is $42.48, and the price here looks decently consistent. I think we have a winner. We'll go and check that one out in a little bit. That one looks like a good sign. What is this? Oh, Sony. No, I don't really deal with technology, and I recommend you guys don't either. It can cause a lot of chaos sometimes here. A Kong product here. Move on from that. What else do we got here? Come on. Keep feeding us. We're on a roll. We're on a roll here. I'm going to have to do like 3 hours of this sourcing. What else do we got here? Dunkin' Donuts product here. Okay. All right. We got a Staples product here. Maybe some opportunity or maybe not. And we can open it up. Let's see what we got. All right. Selling for $59, 200 sales per month. That's good volume. It's a lot of FBM selling here. Amazon came in the listing, but they were way priced out of market, so I'm not worried about them. We were selling at 60, so I think buy box would be 60. And again, my team, I guess, came across this again because they have a product here, a price in here. So I assume it's not cheaper than what my team has found it on a few days ago or weeks ago, however long ago. And so only 2% ROI, so we'll just move on past it. Let's just dive into this product here, this Dr. Elsley. It looks pretty cool. I know it's kind of heavy, but it looks decent, so it's going to intrigue me. Let's see if we can find a product here. So buy box is consistent, selling price. Selling volume is kind of inconsistent. Goes from 200 to 400 to 500, down back to 100. It's pretty chaotic, but it looks like it's, okay, so it's seasonal. Okay, so it has to be seasonal because it's just going up and down, up and down, up and down. So I don't know. What is it seasonal, though? Is it better in every 6 months? Maybe when people have to come and rebuy the product, they just wait 6 months to come back and buy it. Could be very like trend basis, but I could see here as I run my cursor back like in 2024, there's some bigger sellers on the listing. But now for the past 6 months or so, big seller jumps on a little bit. But for the past like 6 months, it's all smaller sellers, which is a good sign, which I still like. If it was bigger sellers, I would just avoid it. But it's smaller sellers, which isn't bad. Let's go and take this product here into Google and see what happens. What are we looking for? We're looking for $42.48 for a 3-pack. Okay, again, I have a price in here. Again, my team's just on every single product. They're just working hard. But we're looking for $82.49, right? That's our buy cost here. So I can see PetSmart has it already, which is a great sign because PetSmart's really good about this stuff. I'm gonna click on PetSmart first and be a little bit biased. Now, PetSmart runs coupons very frequently, okay? So they run this coupon, which I knew they were gonna run. Buy one, get one, they get the second 25% off. But sometimes it's like buy one, get the second one 50% off, which makes it really cheap. And then they also always have a 20% coupon. That's what popped up there in the pop-up. So I'm confident that if we can get a buy one, get one 50% off, because they run that frequently. So if we got $12.99 for the buy cost, and we're getting it at 25% off. And the way I'm getting that number is if you get buy one, get one 50% off, you're basically buying four for 25% off. Does that make sense? Like, right? So, and if it doesn't make sense, let me know in the comments. But at the end of the day, it's getting 25% off. So let's run the numbers there. And if it doesn't make sense, just let me know in the comments. So getting this going here. So buy cost would be $9.74 for each one with that discount. And then PetSmart always runs like once every few weeks. This is a pro tip. They run like a 20% discount once every few weeks for literally the past 4 years since I've been selling. So I know that that's going to be coming. So it would be $7.79 each times 3 is $23.88, which is that profitable? No, it's 2% ROI. It's not even worth it. All right, this product would have to be selling like way higher. Like you can tell here, it goes up sometimes up to 49 or 50, which would make it much better because it went to 49. It'd be pretty profitable, but it's just too inconsistent for us to even approach it. So let's keep it going. Let's see if we can find one more opportunity here for you guys. This is the one we're looking at now. What is this right here? Interesting. It's concealant with screws. Okay, let's just go into it. For time's sake, we're just going to dive right into it. Just see if we can find it right away. We already have one. All right, so we already have one opportunity. And if one of you guys have a selling account or just open up a selling account, you have a lead. You have an opportunity. I know we have a big list of all of them right here, but you have a really fresh one. I guess they call it, right? So this is selling for $37 and looks decent here. The Keep It chart looks pretty consistent on price. Sales volume is only 50 sales per month. Not great. I would want it to be a bit higher, but still, if we can get like $100, $200 profit a month for you guys, then I'd be happy with that. You notice here, it keeps saying no for eligibility to being ungated, but when I click on it, it just gets me auto ungated. They're just doing that because like an Amazon update or something. All right, what are we looking for? We're looking for this product to be $19.32, so max 19, and it has to look like that. Let's see what we got here. We have this product, Shillings, no. Lowe's has it, not profitable. Amazon, no. Home Depot is not profitable. Let's see if we can go to page 2. Go to page 2 is the best place you could be. Ace Hardware looks like they have it. It looks like they did like a little bit of a rebranding. It used to be red, now it's blue, or maybe it's the other way around. We have Watch Paper. Looks like they could potentially have it. Dex Direct could potentially have it. Wyoming Valley Chiropractor Center. They have it. It's $24.99 though. We would need to get a few discounts here because that's about break even, maybe a little bit more. If we can potentially get like a 10% discount, like a welcome bonus discount or like a buy in bulk discount, right? They have free shipping here, you can tell. If we can get that and we get it down from $24.99 to what? Could we get like what, 22? What would it get us to? Let's see. Get us to $22.41. That's not terrible. Let's see what happens here. $22.41 gets us a $3 profit and 12% ROI. It's not that great, and especially because it only sells 50 times a month. I wouldn't even invest too much time into it because the best case scenario, even if you got 30% ROI, you still have a bit of competition with 20 sellers, and it's not a high selling product, so the profit opportunity is not that much. You can continue to find better products. I mean, look at us right here, right? Like we just went through 1 or 2 storefronts. We found a profitable product that you can make money with literally tomorrow if you buy it, prep it, send it into Amazon. But you know, we literally have so many more storefronts to go through. We could be here for hours and hours and hours of this. Maybe I should do like a 24-hour stream one day of just product sourcing for 24 straight hours to try to find like 100 products. That would be pretty cool. Let me know in the comments below if you guys would want that, like a 24-hour stream to find like 100 or 200 potential profitable products for you guys. And that way, you know, everybody would have probably products to sell for the next 3 months or so. But yeah, we'll kick it off there. We'll end it off there. We found one really good potential opportunity, and there's kind of like a second potential opportunity in there. But really good kind of product sourcing session there. Let me know what you guys think of that, and if you like that, and if you understand of it. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. You know I'm so happy to answer them and whatnot. So there we go, another product sourcing video, and can't wait to keep helping you guys with your selling journey. And please subscribe and like and stay tuned for the next videos. Let's go.